Trevor Fowler. I was in the presidency until about 3 weeks ago. I was a deputy head of the presidency. Prior to that, I was the Speaker of Gauteng and MEC for local government in Gauteng province of South Africa.
Great. What, in your opinion, have been the greatest difficulties and also the greatest triumphs since apartheid failed in South Africa?
Well, I think some of the greatest triumphs that we've had as a country is really one, to be able to achieve a level of reconciliation where we could all focus on building a democratic South Africa, regardless of race or background, etc. Then secondly, that in terms of making advances in getting democracy to the people and addressing poverty, are some of the greatest triumphs. But some of the greatest challenges is really overcoming the deficit that was left as a legacy of apartheid. So the deficit of having sufficient skilled people, the deficit of understanding how to focus on development, the deficit of ensuring that black people are part of the economy, the deficit of that South Africa is really a monopoly-controlled country. The questions of competition, and the question of ensuring that more people in society had access to the economy. Those are some of the big deficits that we are still trying to address. We have to address them now. One of the largest, one of the greatest ones is the inequality, which we must continue to address.
What would you like to? What would you like America to know about South Africa today?
Well, I think one of the key things that we would want people to know, that one, that the South Africans remain committed to addressing poverty, inequality, and that that is one of the key challenges that we'd like to address. And it requires that you receive support in many ways. So whether it is in regard to investment in relation to building the economy, that would be an area where the private sector could get involved, but also from a people-to-people point of view, where trade unions and people in civil society are able to contribute to building a free and democratic South Africa, where all people have access to a better life, would be some of the key things that we want people in the United States to know.
Okay. How do South Africans view the elections of Obama here in the United States?
Well, people were really enthralled by the campaign that President Obama ran. And in general, people who supported the ANC, you'd often see signs that says Obama supports the ANC to win. So you had those kinds of. So they were motivated by the campaign that happened, and the fact that it's the first time that a black person became president of the United States, because there's some affinity to understanding the struggle against racism and a struggle for true democracy, where regardless of your color, your creed, the numbers that you have, you can be represented at the highest level of government. So there is that recognition. But there's also a recognition in South Africa that there are lots of things that big power like the United States has to continue to do to ensure that there is a more equitable and just world. And South Africans are also familiar with that, so they know the challenges that President Obama has to ensure that instead of using force, that you use multilateral discussions, that instead of using that talking will result in greater will ensure greater results. And those are the kinds of things that South Africans know that they are challenges for the current Obama administration and the president.
Um, there's so many changes going on around the world, especially in Latin America. How do South Africans see the changes, say, in what's happening in Venezuela, Bolivia, and El Salvador? Dramatic changes in governments.
Well, let me say that both the president of Bolivia and the president of Venezuela both have been to South Africa, and in Bolivia, in fact, South Africa has sent delegations to work with the government on how to address being in government. The president of Bolivia really felt it necessary that South Africans have a good relationship with South Africa, and also the same is true with the president of Venezuela, and and South Africans in general see those as progressive changes happening in the world, and changing the balance towards more progressive perspective in world politics.
Do you have hope in the future?
Well, you can't be in struggle for a better life if you don't have hope that there will be such a better life. So, of course, the basic tenet of a revolutionary is to have hope for the future. Otherwise, you can't make change.
Thank you.